Between them, they've won the last 5 Premier League titles. And some of last season's heroes have left Old Trafford now. How will it affect Manchester United as they go after a record-breaking 4th consecutive title? No departures at Chelsea. And he knows how to win silverware. Could he deliver his first piece for Chelsea here? Between Chelsea and Manchester United, commentators Andy Gray and Martin Tyler.
Chris Foy is the referee. Chelsea have shown quite a liking for Wembley. They got a bit of a drubbing here against Manchester United at the '94 FA Cup final, but they've not lost in 90 minutes. Typifying that liking for Wembley. He scored on his debut here in the Community Shield a couple of years ago against Manchester United, who triumphed in the end on penalties. Penalties available again today. No extra time. It's level after 90 minutes, which it could well be, Andy. It goes straight to the shootout.
Well, there's never often much between these two. Whenever they lock arms, be surprised if they're anything different than that today. But as we said, a little different. In the way, certainly in the way Chelsea setting themselves up with the top two in tandem, Drogba and Anelka. And even with Manchester United pretty much picking Berbatov to play, we are led to believe this season Sir Alex wants him to play much further forward than United for the majority of last season.
It's an interesting choice at right back. Ivanovic, who's probably a bit more defensive minded than Basingwa, who came with Scolari. Here's Drogba, who has a flair for the big occasion and the Wembley occasion.
O'Shea does offer them some height. When you think 3 of the back 4 have trotted up from Chelsea to join Anelka, Drogba already in there.
And it's off the underside of the bar via the head of Evra.
Beautifully, Martin, this corner, and it misses everyone at the front, and then Ivanovic comes in late there. Doesn't get a great touch on it. But there's the important
of the fact that his season, his work for Chelsea starts here today. It was always going to be a strong as possible Chelsea lineup. I think Ferguson may be anticipating that and making a few concessions himself. Here's Nani! It's a goal! In the 10th minute, after Chelsea had hit the bar at the other end, Nani hits the back of the Wembley net. Chelsea 0, Manchester United 1.
And a big thank you to Patrice Evra for a run that just attracted a defender, because the one place you don't want Nani going is infield on his right foot on the left. Beautiful crossfield pass here, but watch Evra. Then he puts on, I'm going wide here, and he's run his track by Essien, but that's that. He shouldn't be allowed to be coming in there, because as soon as he does, you know there's a danger here. Don't let him come inside, keep him on his left, but they don't. They let him just have a sight at goal, and I have to say, I'm not so sure whether John Terry, if the goalkeeper's not near him, would have dealt with that. I think he half thinks the Chelsea skipper is sticking his boot up to block this, but his goalkeeper's so close, I think he's thinking, I'll kick him if I do. He's going to get them, did he? If you're centre forward and you're up against centre backs, the ball's in the air. Sometimes someone gets a little knock. Nice to see that he's picked himself up a couple of times and got on with it.
Lovely play by O'Shea.
Oh, Rooney was in middle.
Here's Berbatov. Nani coming in unmarked, but Rooney's unmarked too. Back towards Park. Cech keeps it out. Could easily have been 2-0 to Manchester United. Chelsea were... And now Berbatov for Manchester United. Lovely interplay with Park. Berbatov's in here. Cech has to make another save. Park follows up. And again, it's Petr Cech for Chelsea.
Well, if he was a little at fault at the final goal, then you can't argue about the 2 saves he's just made. Look at that, the way they've played round John Obi Mikel. And you see what he wants to do, and it's a fantastic save.
Drogba asking for a big diagonal ball. Ashley Cole can provide a cross from a very good angle indeed. And coming in at the back post was Michael Essien.
Well, this is no contest, whoever you are. You've got a running jump.
Cech really had to make the saves, but Chelsea have had their moments as well. Here's Fletcher. Is it another save for Cech? It is.
Oh, that was a great effort from Darren Fletcher.
Field might be one day contested on a foreign field. The deal with Wembley, it might make that more...
Fall over him.
Carvalho. Is that one of your new expressions?
Is it?
Jump all over him, yeah.
Well, that's the last time you hear it then. You know what I mean?
Lampard. No. And Foster. Here comes to Carvalho, who puts it in for Chelsea's equaliser. He has a knack of scoring against Manchester United, and he's done it again here at Wembley.
Well, you don't get many in the modern game in open play. Centre-backs who join in somewhere, as Carvalho did then, and are prepared and brave enough, Martin, to carry on into the box. Look at him, he runs past Nani. Again, you talk about responsibility. You talk about players who see things. Look at Nani, wandering about, watching the ball. What are you doing, Nani? Yes, you might have scored, but you've also cost your side the equaliser, because you haven't been awake, you've been totally asleep, you've sat there and watched him. Lovely ball fed across there. Drogba does what he does. He threatens somebody with his physical presence as Malouda drops this one over, makes it difficult for the goalkeeper, and thank you very much, open goal. But I have to say, when Sir Alex sees that, although he'd have been congratulating Nani for his goal, he'd be furious about the way he paid no attention to that man there wandering in.
Evra. It's over 20 minutes to go, 1-1 at Wembley.
Berbatov just getting a bit of treatment on the touchline. Top of the screen here, just coming back on, but Evra's gone flat out down below us here. Chelsea have played on.
They've got 3 against 2, and this will be a contentious moment if Frank Lampard puts Chelsea in front, which he does. Is that over the line?
Wow. That's in.
The assistant hasn't raised the flag.
He's given it. Yeah. Now that looks for the life of me here. Look at Wayne Rooney now. Over to the referee.
Well, this is an incident a few seconds earlier which left Evra out of the equation. Rooney is furious. Chelsea celebrate.
They're all round the referee. Oh, here we go. It's a little one here, and Ballack follows him and body checks him. What Chris Foy has done then, Martin, is played on because United had possession. That's not the issue. The issue then is, and it's going to cause so many problems till someone clears it up, is Chelsea haven't played the ball out when someone's down. Are they supposed to? I'm not so sure they are. But you can see it spins off the post, over the line, and back out again. So it's definitely a goal. That's not an argument here. But United fans, United players will all say that was a free kick. I think Chris Foy will say after the game, I gave United the advantage because they still had possession of the ball.
Well, this rivalry runs deep. Chris Foy has called the Manchester United captain Rio Ferdinand to him. Evra, who was down while all that was going on in Manchester United's own half, clearly blocked off by Ballack, but as you say, Andy, Rooney had the ball. And there's young Fabio, but if you look at the rest, you're talking legends. Scholes, Giggs, Manchester United legends. Michael Owen, Liverpool legend. England legend. Park departs. Ryan Giggs on for his 12th. He's a record book on legs, isn't he? His 12th Shield occasion. Berbatov departs, so it will be Rooney and Owen.
Number 24, Darren Fletcher.
It's Darren Fletcher who gives way to Paul Scholes in his 10th Shield occasion.
And coming off, number 22, John O'Shea. Being replaced by number 20,
Fabio
Da Silva.
For Shield, and they're not allowed, of course, to wear them on the field these days. He does sport a wedding ring. Doesn't help when you're commentating. He's got a shirt on that says Fabio. We'll have to trust the rest. Here's Evra. Remember, has a bit of history with Chelsea in that incident in the cool down when there was no cooling off at Stamford Bridge.
Oh yes.
Dingwa. Essien and Lampard.
It's a better from Chelsea, isn't it? They're in control of the ball.
A little bit of an issue about that from Evra. And Chris Foy having to deal with intent here. Yellow card. Andy, you have the final word on that.
Thanks, mate. Ball comes away from him. He comes in. He has won the ball. There's absolutely no doubt in my mind. I know what he's doing. He's winning the ball, and he's making sure that Ballack feels the full effect of his small frame. That is an absolute certainty. You can tell by the reaction of the players on the pitch that neither team wants to lose this. And again there.
A goal for Manchester United here, and we go to penalties. But Cech hasn't always looked at his most commanding commands when the time was right for Chelsea. In 3 of the last 4 seasons, the winners of the Shield have gone on to win the Premier League. But in the 8 seasons prior to that, 8 in a row, it was a poison chalice. No one did. So I don't think we should draw too many conclusions, except that we want to see these teams play again, and soon. Ferdinand. Here's Giggs. And Rooney could go all the way here. Out comes Cech, but Rooney gets the better of him. It is 2-2. Never rule out Manchester United. And that contentious Chelsea goal has turned out not to be a decisive goal.
Well played, Ryan Giggs. You talked about what they were bringing on, legends and quality. And right at the minute, I'm thinking offside here as soon as it happens, but Giggs gets this ball and somehow he controls it and then plays it. And watch this. Offside? No. Look at the left back, Ashley Cole. I think he's level. He looks to me like he's playing him onside. And then from there, takes it away from Basingwa. That's the secret here. Watch it from here. He takes the ball away from the right side there, onto his left foot, even though it's his weaker side. It gives him an opportunity to play a controlled finish. Little dink over the goalkeeper. United have what they believe is a deserved equaliser. And we probably have penalties.
Rooney up top. Rooney through the middle. Rooney in full cry. And Manchester United have grabbed an equaliser when they were looking down the barrel of defeat. And surely it is penalties. Yet again at Wembley. Is now confirmed. Remarkable, but in keeping with the tempo and competitive edge of the occasion, by far one of the better community charity shield occasions. And Alec Ferguson's side, well, they had to dig deep. Chelsea have lost their last 5 penalty shootouts. There's a fact for you. 2 of them against Manchester United. One in a community shield, and of course one you'll remember much better in Moscow. Frank Lampard himself has had mixed results in those 2. Ben Foster, man of the match via a shootout in the League Cup final here earlier this year against Spurs. It's Lampard. It's 1-0 in the shootout to Chelsea.
Not a bad one to send up first, Frank, is he? Having a little word now with the goalkeeper, a little bit of kidology, or remember Moscow. What was it? Czech's left? No. Was it? I'm trying to think. I think it might have been, was it?
Giggs scored the penalty there,
yeah.
By which in the end, Manchester United won.
Goalkeeper's
needed Anelka to fail after that. Spent much of the afternoon watching this game, Ryan Giggs, and that perhaps shows in a penalty that's a comfortable save for Cech.
Well, his one in Moscow was such an accomplished finish. This one less so. Not one of his best. Advantage Chelsea.
United themselves went out of the FA Cup on penalties at this very end of the ground against Everton back in April.
Well, they might not score, but Chelsea have sent up, I think, two of the best that you'd want to send up, first and second, in a penalty shootout.
Ballack is most accomplished from the spot and very confident. That confident.
See what I mean?
He scored a penalty, you'll recall, the last time Chelsea beat Manchester United in April 2008, 2-1 at Stamford Bridge. Michael Carrick gave that penalty away with the handball. And now he needs to score here, really, to keep Manchester United in the shootout. They're already 2 down. And Carrick, a great combination of placement primarily and enough power to steer it beyond check. 2-1.
Yeah, great penalty.
Well, we'll never know, of course. Drogba was sent off in the Champions League final, and he was down to take that fateful penalty that fell instead to John Terry, who fell as he went to take it. We all know what happened after that. Can't quite get it placed right. Drogba can be a distraction. Against Foster, and he slams it in. 3-1.
Now, 3 very good penalties Chelsea have taken. Very good. Well, the boost from the Chelsea end pretty much suggests who's walking up.
Actually, it was only in Munich recently, of course, they lost a penalty shootout to Bayern. One that won't go down in the record books in a genuine pre-season contest for that Audi Cup. Evra waits his moment and then underhits it. And Chelsea are very, very close now.
Don't like short run-ups. And it is a short run-up and a really poor penalty. Check guesses right way. As soon as he's guessed right way, he's always saving that.
Well, it was Van der Sar, wasn't it?
Yeah.
In Moscow, it was Van der Sar in the last 2 Community Shields who got Manchester United through. With a combination of saves and a bit of gamesmanship as well.
And this is it, isn't it? This goes in, this is it.
Well, there's a problem here with the order. Deco wanted to go and win it for Chelsea. But he has to go back. The first 5 have to be handed to the referee. And yet again, we're talking about a Chelsea penalty taker, who perhaps wasn't the original choice. But here's Kalou, who scores, and Chelsea give Carlo Ancelotti a great start. It looked as though they'd won it by conventional means when Rooney equalised in injury time. But it is a Wembley win over Manchester United via the penalty route. And it is the Community Shield to take back to Stamford Bridge. A very good game. And maybe not quite as good in the shootout as United would have hoped. 2 Petr Cech saves from Giggs and from Evra. They go to the goalkeeper. And Carlo Ancelotti. Now, in 2009 at the new Wembley Stadium.
2009.
The FA Cup winners in May have followed it up with the FA Community Shield. New season silverware for Chelsea.